In a surprising twist, Disney World authorities have reversed their earlier stance after facing a wave of backlash over their boycott. The controversy centered on late-night host Jimmy Kimmel, who was initially sidelined but has now been fully reinstated. So what changed? Mounting public criticism, pressure from fans, and concerns over free expression forced Disney to reconsider. Today, we break down why Disney made this U-turn and what it reveals about the power of public opinion in shaping corporate decisions.
Breaking news, Disney has caved. Jimmy Kimmel has won. A huge loss for Trump, a huge win for the American people as Walt Disney Company announced they will bring back Jimmy Kimmel's show. Here's what they said, quote, "Last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the Jimmy Kimmel Show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday." No, what really happened, folks, is Disney realized that they were losing tons of money. Their stock was plummeting, and we, the people, won because we have the power. Disney realized that people were canceling their subscriptions. Celebrities were calling for boycotts of Disney. And now Donald Trump is about to speak about his, announcement on Tylenol or whatever. He's not happy about this news. I can guarantee you that. I'm live on YouTube now. We're going to bring you Trump when he speaks. We're covering the Jimmy Kimmel victory. So come watch, search Josh and the Progressive, or go to the link in my bio. I'll see you there.
Who are y'all going to be mad at now? Jimmy Kimmel's back on the air. So all of y'all that went and canceled your subscriptions, y'all gonna have to go and reinstate it because now you gotta go watch the idiot. Because you never watched him before. That's why his ratings were in the trash can. Disney was just trying to cool the temperature down from the stupid shit he said on air. The man just took a little week vacation, y'all. You're gonna be all right. But now you better go support him because of your fit throwing. Like, his ratings better be one of the top on TV. And the worst part for y'all, it wasn't even Donald Trump that did it. All those claims out there, the pressure from the administration made Disney do this. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. It was solely a Disney decision, according to Disney. So looky there. Your free speech is safe. Jimmy Kimmel and his crap show's back on air. Now you have to go resubscribe to Disney so you can watch it. So go find something else to be mad about. You're welcome.
Man, you people were serious on Disney. Disney, $3 billion estimated loss in just maybe 3 or 4 days? You guys really had a long talk with Disney. $3 billion. People were canceling their timeshare vacations. They're canceling literal ownership of timeshare condos. They're canceling lifetime memberships with Disney World. I'm witnessing a empire lose. And the people are speaking, and they're speaking very loud. I mean, I know people that are literally canceling memberships that they've had for decades. Man, Disney, you really stepped on your own ass. And quite frankly, I don't think bringing Jimmy Kimmel back is going to do anything except fuel the fire of pissed that people are at you right now. You really underestimated your fan base. You made a decision that hurt the quality of your reputation. And now you must sit back and face the lashes.
See, Disney, you wouldn't have to be begging us for forgiveness if you just had integrity. See, losing $3.87 billion, that got a hurt, don't it? And I heard a woman canceled her $150,000 win. See, but the thing is, you just got to have integrity. See, the people love Disney, and sometimes you got to believe in something or fall for anything. So we would have been fighting for you against the other party if you would have done the right thing. But yeah, that's not the case. See, you got to believe in something or fall for anything. And these are just one of those cases. This is just one of those cases that sometimes you just got to fuck around and find out. See, when us as the people come together, we really not to be fucked with. And yeah, losing $3.87 billion, yeah, sometimes I feel sorry for people. But in this case, I really don't feel sorry for you guys because you should have had integrity. You should have did the right thing when no one is looking. Sometimes you just gotta stand up against the monster. Turn the fucking TV off, y'all.
Well, would you look at that? Jimmy Kimmel is coming back on the air tomorrow night, and all it took was 5 days of intense public pressure and about $4 billion lost. For those boneheaded execs over at Disney, over at ABC, ESPN, Hulu, wherever, to finally use those brains that apparently are worth the salaries they're being paid, to make a common sense decision, which was to say, fuck Donald Trump. Jimmy Kimmel said nothing wrong, and he's not going anywhere. And of course, the only one of those 3 things that I said that they actually said was the last one, because they didn't say fuck Donald Trump. They're still very, very terrified of him. In the letter that they put out there, it's very much walking on eggshells. Pathetic. They also did not really stick up for the concept of free speech at all. They were pretty much just being like, we had some good conversations. AKA, they saw how much people were freaking out and how much people were taking their money away from them, and that pretty much got the gears turning. So with all of that said, tune in to Jimmy Kimmel tomorrow. It's gonna be a doozy, I'm sure. Comment below what you think, follow me for more, and most importantly, continue showing Disney, ABC, Hulu, ESPN, Sinclair Media Group, Nexstar, and every corporation, every organization that is involved with this, right? Continue stepping on their necks and telling them where they can shove it. And one more thing I want to say just to round this all out. Do not ever let somebody try to discourage you into thinking that boycotting, that protesting, that speaking out, that demanding accountability from those that do wrong doesn't work, because we're seeing time and time again, right now, that it does. The only language these people, these corporations understand is money. And now, well, they don't like that we can understand what they're saying and that we're getting pretty fluent too. So keep it up, y'all. Keep it up. It's working. And be sure to comment below what you think and share this with someone to spread the word. Jimmy Kimmel's back, but it's still fuck Disney.
So Disney reversed their decision and they are bringing back Jimmy Kimmel because why? What was the reason? Because of the boycotts. Boycotts work. That is the reason why they brought him back. They don't give a fuck about the First Amendment. I say it all the time. Corporations, tech billionaires, they have no loyalty to this country. All they care about is money, so you have to speak their language. You should care about the First Amendment, though, because without it, you don't have any other rights. And I know a lot of you didn't start paying attention to this until a white famous guy got taken off, but they've been assaulting our First Amendment. That's what those college campus crackdowns were for. That's the reason why they're making sure TikTok is being taken over by right-wing Zionist billionaires. We need to ensure that Beijing can't control what we see, but Tel Aviv can. So good job, everybody. It worked. But you should keep boycotting Disney because they are on the BDS list. There is still an active genocide happening right now with your money in Gaza. And speaking of the BDS list, if you're an American, you should be asking your lawmakers why they were just in Israel being told by their lawmakers to ban our speech in our states. That's right, folks. Your lawmakers just went to Israel so they could get told to ban BDS across the U.S. So I'm gonna need you to wake up and care about that too. That is also a violation of the First Amendment. I made this video a couple days ago when he was still off the air, and it's still relevant, so I'm gonna attach it here. Okay, so the energy that you brought to Disney, we're seeing fucking mass cancellations of Disney Plus, people's fucking Disney cruises. This is the energy, folks, okay? Now, I really wish that you would have done all this canceling of Disney as we've been asking you to for 2 years because they are on the BDS list and there's a genocide happening in Gaza. But you know what? Glad you're here. This is also a good reason to do it because there is an assault on free speech and our First Amendment in this country, and if we don't have that, we have nothing. Like, for those of you short-sighted folks that keep being like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal, it's not that deep, they have a right. The government, the FCC chick, threatened them. That is quite literally a violation of the First Amendment. What about when Roseanne got canceled? That wasn't the government. I also need some of you to do a system update on your mental computer because this isn't the Reagan administration, okay? The degree to which the government has been captured and infiltrated by the elite class, billionaires, and the corporations is oligarchy. That's what we're living with. Some of you need to understand that your rights don't get taken away all at once. They are precedents that get set. Censorship is already out of control in this country, and this was just the latest escalation. It is a reminder of the power of organizing and what can actually be accomplished if people actually come together to do so. And boycotts are one of the most effective ways to hold people and companies accountable because all they care about is money. Like, I need you guys to remember that. We live in a capitalist, late-stage empire hellscape that is crumbling before our eyes. The only thing, let me repeat, the only thing that any of these people in power care about is money. Boycott them for firing Jimmy Kimmel, great, but also you should be boycotting them anyway because they're complicit in the Palestinian genocide. Free Palestine, fuck Disney.
Y'all see this shit? They have this man coming back. Yep. Y'all see this? What y'all think about this?
She is on the phone as this news is breaking for us. So Elizabeth, what exactly is Disney saying and what more are you learning?
Hey there, Pam. So Disney, I just received a statement in the past 30 minutes, and I want to read you their statement. They say, quote, last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We had spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations,
if I was him, I wouldn't come back.
To return the show on Tuesday. Now, Pam,
because fuck you and the white horse you're riding on. The fuck?
This statement from Disney is they are addressing the backlash that Jimmy Kimmel received from.
And y'all see that lady dropped her wedding. It was supposed to be I think $150,000. She ain't getting married there no more.
Commentary about Charlie Kirk's killer. That is very unique.
Man, whatever. Y'all can't be backtracking and doing this shit.
Family-friendly.
I did know was that Jimmy Kimmel was going to get his show back and more than likely get some extra money on top. What I didn't expect is for folks, specifically my folks, to be cheering that on and saying, oh, Jimmy, we love that for you. No, we don't. And in fact, I was rooting for him to be outside somewhere Fenty folding with a change cup. There are two things at play when it comes to this Jimmy Kimmel situation. And the first situation is that our people don't take themselves seriously. We do not rally around our needs in the way that actually creates structural change. And I'm not talking about voting. I am talking about capitalism and consumerism. The second issue is that it's interesting to me that all of a sudden white folks can boycott. All of a sudden, y'all know how it is to use your power. You know how to use your privileges. You all of a sudden know where not to put your money. Did you boycott when Mark Lamont Hill was fired? Or Joanne Reed? Or Don Lemon? No, you didn't. Because deep down, you all share the very sentiment and belief that as long as it's not you, that as long as it's not one of you, everything is oh so right with the world.
Disney, forgiveness is what you want because it hurts deep in your pockets. See, when you people come out here and cancel Jimmy Kimmel, those are voices of so many people, right? Yeah. It's just that they're the ones saying it loud. They are voices. And that's a symbol that, free speech is gone. Oh, you want forgiveness because you've lost 300 billion? Is it billion or millions? I'll need to be corrected. Yeah. That's a fuck around and find out. And just like Target, you bitches are gonna bite the dust. Probably change the CEO, get fired, or something. But like something has to give. Okay? America, please do your thing. Do your thing. See, entertainment is not a basic need. It is not on the hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's no... Actually, entertainment, that is... You've already met your basic needs like food, shelter, clothing, where like half of the country, or if not almost, 98% of the country are just on the basic needs. They're still down on the hierarchy. So they can do away with entertainment, okay? It's not a priority, babe. So F off.
We did it, guys. We hit him in the wallet and it worked. If you canceled your Disney, Hulu, ESPN subscriptions, if you canceled your Disney vacations, if you stood out front of the parks with a picket sign, or you took it to social media, it was effective. Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on the air effective Wednesday night. No doubt with a heartfelt apology, and I'll probably have to be a little more careful about what topics he's addressing, but it's still a win for the First Amendment. Good job. Have a great day.
And that wraps up today's story on Disney's reversal with Jimmy Kimmel. But here's the bigger question. Do you think Disney's U-turn was a genuine defense of free expression or just a move to protect their image and profits? Share your thoughts in the comments